Hello, once again. Welcome back. I can see you're all excited as I am. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Japanese stab bind book, or if you don't want to put a race to it, you can just say a stab bind book. And you can do it with kind of any size paper. You can put a hard cover on it, you can put a soft cover on it, you can put fabric on it. Today I'm just going to show you how to make it with regular 8x10 paper, and I'm going to use these photographs as a cover. Again, it's a little stiffer than the regular paper, so it'll be a little more substantial. So first of all, what you want to do is get the measurements of whatever paper you're going to use, get the width of it, and I'm just going to kind of mark it using this cover here, this size. And you want to use your measuring device, and I'm going to come in about a 1/2 inch from the edge. And I'm going to make a mark across there. Okay, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little hash mark about every 1/2 inch on that line. So this will be our where our stitches will be on this. This is a really simple sew book, maybe a little bit simpler than the one we did previously, the pamphlet stitch, but it can look really nice also, very decorative. So there's our holes right there. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off, so if you have to use a knife, be careful and get an adult to help you if necessary. So there's that. And what we'll do is take our covers and we'll stack paper in between, and then we'll line that up. I've already started one, so I'll show you what's going on. As you can see, I put all my paper in there already, and again, you can put any amount you want. And what you want to do is use your binder clips and clip your template all the way up to the edge there, and get it lined up straight as you can. And then what we're going to do is punch all our holes in here. If you lose your little probe or your needle, an alternate way of doing it is using a push pin. You want to push all the way through. We won't use our punching cradle for this, but I've put a piece of cardboard under here to help. And if you're weak and frail, much like myself, you may need a little bit of an enforcer. So if you got a hammer or something, you can always kind of tap it in there. Make sure you don't go through Mama's furniture. And or you can use your needle. Sometimes I like to start it off with a push pin and just leave it in there just to keep it lined up. And what I've done so far is I've come down here with just my needle, and again, you can go through it like that, but sometimes I need a little bit of extra strength, so just go ahead and tap all the way through like that. And put all your holes in there and just leave it clamped. Isn't that exciting? Now it's all ready for stitching, and we'll come back and we'll stitch it here in a minute. Welcome back. Hey, look, I got the wax thread. It may be a little difficult finding that end, so just kind of sniff around the edge there, and you probably want to look where it clusters up. You might see an end, so you just kind of look for that and just kind of peel it back. It's going to be a little bit sticky, but that makes this thread a little bit stronger and a little more versatile. I might use this, I might not, because I don't think I have a large enough hole in my needle. You should, but starting out, you just want to take your bone folder and kind of smush it and get it flat like that, the tip of it, and then let's see if I can noodle that in there. Brilliant. I don't need to get it too far in there, just enough to hold it. Yeah, that's going to be pretty ragged. Not the most optimal, but that's fine. Okay. For this particular stitching, you want to probably get about 5 widths here, or heights. 3, 4, 5, and a little bit to grow on. And go ahead and cut the end there. So, all right, now we're going to start to stitch here. Fold your clips over so they're out of the way. Let's watch me struggle now. All right, pull that back. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to start right there in the top hole, or the first hole, and just going to pull it all the way through if I can. Heck, you may have to get you a pair of pliers to pull that through. But I think your needles will be a little bit larger. So I know everybody has pliers. So, or you can waller your holes out a little bit bigger, which I may go ahead and have to do. Let me pull this through real quick. I know you're not paying to watch me struggle. All right, if your holes are too small, what you can do is go ahead and put your needle back through them and just go ahead and push it in as far as you can, just to kind of widen it out like that. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that off camera, so I'll be back. All right, I'm back 500 million years later, but it's okay. I got all these holes repunched and wallered out. That's a technical term. And I had a sandwich and some chips and a drink. So go ahead and pull your thread through. Leave, I don't know, a couple inches, maybe about 3 or so inches, so we can tie it off later. So with that said, we'll kind of come back in through that hole like that. See if I need to get a little persuasion here just in case. There we go. Probably won't have to do that too often. So go ahead and pull that through. And you want to put a loop right down here at the bottom, right there, and go ahead and like open it up and pull it tight like that. All right, so we got our first loop there. Now we're going to go back through this hole again. So we can do that. Like I said, that should, a couple of these will be a little bit tight that way, but there we go. Sometimes when you grunt, that helps. So go ahead and pull that through, but this time put that loop on the side here. You'll see. Pull it tight. Okay, now, and square if you want. So now what you want to do is go ahead and start lacing it through. So while you're on this side, come back through the other side. Like that. That. So I guess we had to fuss with it just a little bit, going through a couple of times. Try not to pierce your thread though. Got it through. Okay. Like that. Now come over to the next one. And just kind of go all the way down like that. So you're creating kind of a lake. Oh man, I'm glad you were here to see this. Try not to sew your template onto your book. Make sure you take that off. I'm glad we got to see that. So take that off. I just have to cut that off. So if you have to cut it off, which you probably won't, get an adult to help you. Maybe I should have. So I'll get rid of this section here, and we'll just keep going on that. You could put that on there if you want and leave it, but and some people have to create a closed binding. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to shake so much. So maybe on this book you'll have to have a pair of pliers with you, or very strong fingers. So yeah, we're just going to lace this up. When you come out the back side like that, just go to the next hole, feed it through. I'm going to turn the camera off and go ahead and stitch this on up so you don't have to watch me struggle. So I'll be back later. Bye-bye. Now that I'm struggling through this last hole at midnight, what we're going to do is show you how to finish it off. That didn't really take me that long. I say it only took me 500 hours, but it's only about 10-15 minutes. All right, when you get here, we want to repeat the same look as the other end. So what we want to do is push that back through there. That. Okay, so now we have those ends capped off. So to finish it off, what we want to do is just do kind of an over and under all the way back through down to the other end. So nothing fancy, so just what we're doing is we're sealing up all those edges like that, and go in, out, just regular stitch, and I'll come back when I get to the end. Hooray, we made it to the end. So as you can see, we create a stitch all the way down like that. So when you get to this last part here, just go ahead and make yourself a little square knot. Just pull once. Oops. Struggling. Gotta be smarter than the thread. Pull it down tight like that. If you want a little tail, you can do that. Also, you can get your bone folder and kind of smush on that knot a little bit. And then, if you want, you can just kind of clip the ends like that. So now you have this lovely stab bind book. That. And you can put like a cardboard cover, but you can pull it back. One of the downsides to this is, that doesn't lay as flat, but it's a good, cheap, easy way to make a book. Make sure you waller out your holes really good in there to get it stitched up. And you can put fewer holes. I like to use more holes just because it makes it a little more stable at that end. You could do half as many. You can do them 1 inch, 3/4 inch. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on the size. So thank you yet again. Bye-bye.